Glenn, obviously the jump to D1 has got to excite a lot of people around here. What is the first thing that kind of goes through your mind when I say D1 St. Thomas?
Footprint and work are probably the two things. I mean, it is an unbelievable opportunity, one that, it's groundbreaking for a reason. I mean, no one's had this opportunity in the history of the NCAA. And so as we look at it and you say, you may have an opportunity to do something that no one's ever done. That's all we've ever asked for, and I think it was done so well by our administration, and not just our administration, the administration of the Summit League, the Pioneer League, to put it all together. I mean, if you look at it, it's been 14 months, and things have moved really swiftly. But most importantly, I think it allows us to be around other peer institutions much like ours, regional, national Catholic institutions that prioritize a lot of things on their campus, and one of their centers of excellence is academics. So it allows us to have a national footprint, especially in the sport of football. The Pioneer League is literally the only league that goes coast to coast and border to border. So when you think about the reach it allows for, is pretty awesome. But let's also understand it's going to take a lot of work, and all we've ever wanted is an opportunity to work, and that's exactly what we have.
I know you've accomplished a lot at this university. I know other coaches have too, and we know how good the school is, but it takes that first step, and you just said that it's going to take a lot of work to get there. How do you all say slowly get the ball moving to where you can make a transition that's not going to be that easy?
And it's not going to be easy, and we're very clear that we don't look for the easy path. We look for the worthy path. But I think the ball's actually been rolling when you look at what the school has done over the last 20, 30 years, and I think we're prominently poised to be able to make a move like this, and that's probably why the Summit League and the Pioneer League and the WCHA recognize that. So I don't feel like this is, yes, it's navigating some sort of uncharted waters when you look at it from the perspective of a college going Division III to Division I, but it's not uncharted waters when you think of it as they're just simply asking us to be excellent, and that's been the standard here at the University of St. Thomas for a long time.
I know you've done some studying. What do you know about the Pioneer League?
They're good. So I've watched them from afar for probably, I don't know, maybe the first 20 years of my career, and the last 5 I was able to see them a little closer. And since this has all started coming down, we've kept a closer eye on it. It's good football. I mean, San Diego, last year they beat Harvard. They've won a couple playoff games the last few years. They are the standard right now in that league, and they do a fantastic job. And like I said, it reaches all the way out to New York, all the way down to Florida. Very talented, tremendously well coached, and I think understands that there is a place where, much like the Ivy Leagues, you can have excellence on the field without having to mitigate the excellence you expect around campus and in the classroom, and that's exactly who we are.
I know that there's going to be a lot of changes this year just for obvious reasons with a pandemic going on, but how do you all say cope with no conference games? How do you think that's going to work?
Well, certainly there's a portion that's, of me anyway, that's very sad. I mean, those non-conference games are games that you always like to, reach out and try and play other teams. And for us not to be able to play those is unfortunate. But I also understand that there's a greater good here. And in terms of coping with it, we're going to deal with things when they happen. And we put a little bit of time into thinking how we would have to adjust, but at the end of the day, it's here, and we will definitely make the most of it. I mean, that's what we do.
Facilities, obviously we know you've got such a grade A facility, but when you say D1 versus D3, obviously there is a step up. Do you think down the road you look around and might see extra seats or more upgrades than you've already done to this place so far?
Quite possibly. I mean, one of the things that made me feel entirely comfortable throughout this whole process is the man who sits up in that corner office, Phil Eston, and he knows, he's done his research, and he's benchmarked what needs to be done. But at the end of the day, one of the things that's really exciting is when you get a chance to do something no one's ever done. Part of that is learning what the landscape is like, and I have no question in my mind that we'll take our time to evaluate and then make the appropriate steps.
How difficult is it, I'll say, to get with the president, to get with Phil, to get it with all these people in the university and find the best way for this university to move forward to still maintain the level of success you're used to?
I mean, I've been doing this 25 years now, and we had some unbelievable leadership when we were at South Dakota. President Abbott, when we were at North Dakota State, President Chapman's vision, unbelievable. Even when I played at Ithaca, J.J. Whalen was amazing, and they all understood the role of athletics, and they all had a penchant to enjoy going to football games too. What continually amazes me is how President Sullivan has been able to unify so many different, I mean, this is not just make a decision and go. I think anyone who followed this the last 13, 14 months understands that. And her ability to share a vision with other people and to have the clarity of mind to say, you know what, this is not only what's right for St. Thomas right now, it's what's right for St. Thomas for the next century, I think is impeccable.
How much different is your, I'll say, your excitement level and your sense of nervousness just from the standpoint of it's uncharted waters that you can't really call somebody and go, how did you make this transition?
Well, so usually when a football coach takes on a new challenge, it finds him and his family uprooting and moving across the country, right? When we came here 13 years ago, the challenge, although it might have been manifested differently, was very similar. We were taking over a program that had a lot of unbelievable qualities about it, and we needed to, with pride and passion, unify those in order to build what we built. And this is really no different. Certainly the context will be a little bit different in terms of, you know, who we play and where we play, and there will be a learning curve just like there was 13 years ago. But I'll tell you what, it's exactly what drew me here, it's exactly what keeps me here, and it's exactly what makes me excited about the future.